This is now the second test in my plant protein test series, and I'm learning something new every time. Hi everyone, welcome back and thank you for coming back. So last month I tested rice protein on my hair, and this month I decided to try soybeans protein, and the experience was very different from the rice protein. I'm trying to test different plant proteins on my hair in order to understand how each one actually behaves on my strands, not just relying on what people say online, but what I personally experience. So today I want to see if soybeans would strengthen my hair, make my hair hard, or if it would just react completely differently. So I started by soaking the soybeans overnight, then I went ahead to boil them. The idea was to boil them until they were soft, but then, guys, I boiled and boiled and boiled, and I'm almost certain that half of my gas cylinder disappeared during this process. This was about 10,000 hours later, and my fingers could not still press the beans. And at this moment, I decided that it was okay. So I just went ahead and blended the beans as such. Oh, I let it cool down and then I went ahead to blend it. While blending, I thought I would end up with a thick and creamy consistency, just like the rice protein consistency. On the contrary, the soybeans protein was much more lighter, like milky instead. So at this point, I was more focused on how this would make my hair feel and not the consistency. So I went on and added aloe vera gel and some oil, just like I did with the rice protein. Since I'm testing these plants, I want to follow the same steps with all of them. So I went ahead and added the aloe and the oil, and this made it to become a little bit thicker. Since the focus is on how this is going to make my hair feel, let's go ahead and apply the protein treatment. So I'm applying it on freshly washed hair, and I already have sections on my hair. I washed my hair in these sections. I'm just going to follow them to apply the protein treatment. Okay, with the rice treatment, my hair felt soft and silky during application, but with the soybeans protein treatment, my hair started feeling firmer almost immediately. Not rough and not dry, just noticeably different. It felt like the protein was sitting on the strands much faster than the rice did. And to think I was even worried that perhaps I blended the soybeans with a lot of water, which might have might influence the results that I get from the protein treatment. Anyways, let's keep going. It's only after I rinse my hair that we're going to know if how effective this was. In the last protein test video, we talked about how to know that your hair needs protein. So, while I apply this treatment on the rest of my hair, let's look at pointers that your hair do not need a protein treatment. Now, when some people hear that protein treatment strengthens hair, they start doing constant protein treatments, using eggs every wash day, rice water every week, which eventually becomes unhealthy for the hair. And this is something that I used to do before I learned better. So, here are a few pointers that you do not need a protein treatment. Pointer number one: don't do a protein treatment when you notice that your moisturizers have stopped working. Like, you spray water on your hair, apply leave-in creams and oils, but your hair still feels rough, hard, or dry. This is a sign that there's probably a lot of protein on your hair strands that is blocking moisture from getting into your hair. So you should not go ahead and add more protein because your hair is just going to keep getting dry. Pointer number 2. Even though protein improves curl definition, if you notice that your curls have become stiff and dry looking, then do not go ahead and do a protein treatment. Number 3. Do not do a protein treatment if you notice that your hair tangles more than usual. It feels rough and harder to detangle, especially at the ends. That is, if the ends of your hair have a rough texture and they have knots and are snagging easily, then you probably do not need a protein treatment. Lastly, if your hair lacks softness in general, like it feels rigid and doesn't move naturally and feels hard even after moisturizing, then you likely do not need more protein. That said, even healthy hair needs occasional protein to reinforce weak spots, maintain strength, and help prevent future breakage. This way, it's maintenance treatment and not emergency. Occasional as in once a month or once in 2 months, or you can wait till when your hair starts feeling mushy, like too soft. Sometimes I like to think of my hair as spaghetti. Like healthy hair is properly cooked spaghetti. And then protein helps to stop it from becoming overcooked, mushy spaghetti. But too much protein turns it into dry, uncooked spaghetti which snaps everywhere. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it definitely makes sense to me. And when I finished, as always, I covered my hair with a plastic bag and a shower cap. And I left this on my hair for 20 minutes before going ahead to rinse it out. So after 20 minutes, I wanted to show you my hair, but then I remembered that this treatment was already a mess when I was applying on my hair. I didn't want to take off the plastic bag and the shower cap. I just wanted to go into the shower and take them off there. So after rinsing this out, my hair didn't feel as hard as it did with the rice treatment. Remember that when I applied it, it was hard, it was firm, but after rinsing out, it was not that hard. It felt slightly stronger, but in a softer, lighter way than rice did. And one thing I noticed very clearly was that the effect seemed stronger on the ends of my hair than on the middle sections of my hair. Honestly, that makes quite a lot of sense to me because I think that the ends of our hair are usually more porous and more exposed to damage, especially as they are older. So they often react more strongly to treatments like protein. So it makes sense to me. And again, I did an oil pre-poo before shampooing and applying this treatment, and I think that also may have reduced how intensely the soy protein interacted with the rest of my hair. So far, rice and soybeans have behaved very differently on my hair. Rice felt soft during application but firmer after rinsing, and soybeans felt firmer during application but softer after rinsing. And honestly, I did not expect that. Before using soybeans, the research I did showed that the soybeans was stronger than rice. So I was kind of expecting firmer results than those from rice. And one thing I'm learning from this test is that protein treatments are not just about making hair hard, but also that different protein sources behave differently. And your hair's condition, porosity, and even preparation steps can change the result entirely. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, this is now the second test in my plant protein test series. And so far, both rice and soybeans have strengthened my hair in different ways, and the experiences have definitely not been the same. And this makes me even more curious to see how the next plant protein test will behave. So family, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Oh wait, have you ever used soybeans on your hair before, or have you ever considered using it before? Bye bye.